Let's have the show begin. I want to thank you all from the bottom of my heart for coming. This is a phenomenal birthday, but most importantly, it's a wonderful celebration of the teamwork and the generosity from our Oakland friends and neighbors. Wait till you hear the results. I just think you're going to be overwhelmed. Please come on in and have some seats. There's some seats over here and over on my left. So welcome to my 60th birthday party. Again. I wanted to tell you that I got a card from one of you today. She is in this room and she'll remain nameless. I want to read to you what this card said. It said, "Stop lying about your age. We all know better." I opened the card and it says, "Save your lying now for how much you weigh." I see a whole new life unfolding in front of me. So thank you for the card and thank you for the good wishes, all of you. This has just been a remarkable journey for us. I wanted to give you some history of how this all began and how it developed into including the very special people that are sitting in front of me. So I have had my 60th birthday, celebrating it for, I can figure, at least 17 years. I started it way before I turned 60. Listen, you're laughing a little too loudly. I just want to mention that. So I have had a 60th birthday now, I said, for 17 years, and it has been wonderful, a wonderful journey. My late husband always gave me a 60th birthday party, and we do a variety of things. And some of you in this room have done a variety of things with me on my 60th birthday. But now I am just so pleased to be celebrating with you. So the history of my birthday continues, that for many years to come, I hope to have a birthday party with all of you and some wonderful off-campus site where we can celebrate the joys of our generosity and the teamwork that we created to help these children and take stock in children scholarships. Excuse me. It's very exciting. I want to give you also just a little bit of history of my late husband, Chuck. He was the guy that gave me the birthday parties. And he was the guy that was very supportive of our community. He was raised in as a poor young family in the center of the state of Florida. And he was a single family parent. His mother picked apples up north, packed oranges in Florida, picked potatoes in Iowa, and there was he and his brother. And he knew that his only way out of this cycle of poverty was to get an education. So Chuck hitchhiked his way up to the University of Florida with his GI Bill in hand, the scholarship. And I'm sure that resonates to many of you that might have had that experience as well. The GI Bill, according to Chuck Perry, is what saved him, gave him an opportunity to get an education. And although we gave as a married couple to many, many charities, our hearts were always with scholarships. We always felt a real sense of opportunity for young students to be successful was to have an education. With this education, they could raise a family, have a career, provide, be part of our communities. And so continually, we kept always being involved in scholarship efforts. Fast forward, roughly 3 years ago, I moved to Volcanic, and meeting many of my new friends and neighbors, I realized that there were so many like-minded people that wanted to help the less disadvantaged, the ones that were struggling to find their path. And so I didn't know many people, but I thought, I can have another 60th birthday. And so I went and knocked on doors. I barely knew the Goebels, but I said, I want to have a party. It's celebrating my 60th. Can you help me find some people that would want to come to my party? I went to my next door neighbors, the Arolas. I went down the street to the Joneses. I went over in that wild building 2 and found people over there that said, yeah, get us some invites. We're going to help you with this. Paul and Susan Robel helped as well. The list is numerous, but I didn't know many. And I think that many in this room remember the results of that. We went to the Thomas Center. We had a grand time, you remember? And we celebrated, and we had scholarships, and it was wonderfully done. And I thought, I can do this repeatedly as long as I have your support, your love, your guidance, your information to help me make it better. So we celebrated 2 years ago, and it was great fun. And then what happens? I told everybody I would have a party every other year. So last year, no party. Ever so often, I look out on my door clip. My gosh, there were checks. Checks after checks after checks. Thank you notes. Nancy, I think this is sometime when your birthday is. I remember from last year, it was great fun. I was just amazed. Last year, without having a party, we raised as much money as we raised when I had the party 2 years ago. It was phenomenal. We had new people become part of our adventure, and we had our good standard folks that just carried the flag for the rest of us. And I wasn't planning on matching because I wasn't having a birthday party, but you bet I matched. And here we are today with this fabulous, fabulous results. But I want to just for a moment talk about the match. So as you know, I'm going to use the example of $200. So you write a check for $200. I match it for $200. Take stock, takes it to the state of Florida, $400. Turns that into a match. You now have $800. And you've got a group of people like this at Oak that are jumping on board. Do you know that tonight, and in some ways, thank goodness, we have 67 members that gave that couldn't be here because of the holiday, because of family visiting, because spring break. So think of what this room would be packed like if we had everybody here. So I know you understand the match. I just want to make it clear how it just moves forward. You understand how to leverage your money. You understand the success that we've had. So I want to just glance at my notes here. So I want to thank you for being in the spirit of the party, wearing your 2 crazy shoes, helping me promote this day after day, encouraging others to give. And we're going to have a great time tonight, but we have a brief program. After the program, our music is going to play, we'll be able to eat, and then we have docents that are going to take us on tours and be able to get back on the bus. We want to do this in 2 hours, so hang tight, we're going to go on a ride. And it's starting right now by me having the good fortune to introduce Doug Jones. He has been a dear friend for a number of years. We've traveled the world together, Doug. thanks to some adventures that Roy Hunt has taken us on. And Doug is the director of the museum here, and he brought along his beautiful wife, Sheila, and they will be giving tours later on. But Doug wants to tell you about this wonderful museum that has been a part of many of our lives for a number of years. So please welcome Doug Jones.
My name is Doug Jones. I'm the director of the Florida Museum of Natural History, and I'd really like to thank this marvelous crowd from Oak Hammock for being here tonight at the museum and for coming to celebrate Fancy Nancy's 60th birthday again at one of her favorite buildings on campus, the Florida Museum of Natural History. I think she likes it because there are a lot of things here that are older than she is, but I didn't say that. I know, I won't be invited to any more birthday parties, but no, I don't know. I think we must be about the same age. She's just better preserved than I am. I don't know how that works. Anyway, this is a building and an institution, I should say, that celebrated its own birthday party recently. Last year, the museum celebrated its 100th anniversary as the State Museum of Natural History. As I look around in the audience, I see several faces from those of you that participated in that celebration, and it was a terrific year. And while Nancy may not be as old as the museum, she nevertheless played a pretty darn influential role in the museum being where it is today. Some of you may not know that Nancy was the president of our board for several years in the early 1990s. And
1890.
All right. You're sinking your own ship over there. Okay. But Nancy, along with her co-conspirator Louise Cortellis and some of the people in this room, helped us raise the money to build out all the exhibitions in the museum. When the building was built, it was a shell with nothing inside, and we trusted that we were going to be able to find the resources to build out the exhibits, which you'll see if you haven't seen them previously later on this evening. And Nancy and Louise Cortellis together were a force of nature and helped us to get this building open. And since that opening, which was almost 20 years ago, 4 million people have come through the doors here. So that has touched a lot of lives. And Nancy's influence on this institution has been tremendous over the years. So speaking personally, as not only a member of the UF community, but as a member of the local community, the Gainesville-Alachua County community, I'm amazed and I'm really proud of the efforts of Oak Hammock's denizens in what they have done in terms of helping to educate the young people of this county. It is so important. It's now more important than ever. My wife Sheila and I have 2 boys, both of whom went through the public school systems here in Alachua County. One is still here at the University of Florida as an engineering major. One actually graduated and got a job and doesn't live with us anymore. In fact, he's really off the payroll, so it does happen. I'm finding out. It's unbelievable. We have one more, Chelsea, and she is a junior at Buchholz High School. She's a volleyball player and looking forward to going to college in a couple years. So we're really, really familiar with the education system in Alachua County and how important it is for the lives of young people. I cannot overestimate the importance. In fact, the museum associates board, through their support, we bring every 4th grader in Alachua County to the museum, free of charge to the school system. So we pay for the buses, we pay for downtime for the teachers, we pay for everything so that these kids can come. And it's really important because some will come on their own, some will come with their families. As I look around, I see that, probably your kids and your grandkids have all attended museums. That's not always the case. In fact, it's not often the case, sadly. And so it's really important to us that a new generation of Americans get familiar with our cultural institutions and the great civilizing and educating influence that they have on our young people. So, toward that end, if you look at the propaganda that's on each one of your seats, you'll see something like this. And this is Nancy and our birthday gift to you. So every one of you is entitled to a free membership in the museum for a year if you just avail yourself of it, or if you want to bring a spouse or a family or something, you can use the value of this toward a higher level membership. Now you say, what does the membership get you? It gets you free admission into our temporary exhibit, which is ticketed, or into our butterfly rainforest experience, which I think many of you I know have already enjoyed. It gets you discount at our gift shop, but I know that many of you are also travelers. And so through a reciprocal arrangement, it gets you free admission into more than 300 museums throughout the United States. So there's a real tangible value to those of you who attend museums across our land. So I would encourage you to take advantage of this birthday gift, join the museum, come often, bring your friends. It's something that you will want to take advantage of. We at the museum have worked with folks in Oak Hammock for a number of years, and we're, of course, always willing to work on into the future. So we do give special programs and behind-the-scenes tours. Our staff will reach out to Nancy or to Catherine Osmond as we can. I understand that you recently had one of our folks there who presented a program on butterflies, Johnny Dietz, in your Oak Room as part of Nancy's continuing 60th birthday extravaganza. And so I hope that you had a chance to enjoy that. So this evening, I hope you have a great time. Congratulations on the wonderful success toward the scholarship program with Take Stock in Children, a marvelous organization, and I hope that you will continue the great achievement in this area that befits such an august group from Oak Hammock. Thank you for your support. I hope you have a good time here tonight. Thank you.
Thank you, Doug. I want to take a moment to thank some additional people. The bus drivers, Kenneth and the whole group that brought you all here. I mean, we also have the Perry construction bus, and we also have, yay, yes, Kenneth's back there waving, and so is Jerry someplace here. So that was real important. We had a lot to orchestrate for this event. And I want to thank the Oak Hammock Woodworking Group, led especially by John Ives, because he made some special statues that will be given away later on shortly this evening. And then I need to thank my very small but very competent committee. And that would be the lady that collects the checks, that we would just be, oh my God, there's more on the door clip. Oh my gosh, there's more on the door clip. Diane Haynes, thank you so much. She's done it every year for us, and she is so thorough, and I appreciate her so much. Joyce Reif and all her creativity. Miss Joyce, where are you? There she is. Thank you so much. And I also would like to now thank Philip Morrison. Come on up here, Philip. Philip is going to be our Master of Ceremonies. And is there anybody else I forgot to thank? Nope. Got everybody, I think. So it's all yours, Philip. Thank you so much, you all.
Okay, before I came up here, Nancy said, "For Christ's sake, Philip, don't screw this up." I've got all my good friends and neighbors and all the people that are supporting Take Stock in Children. So could somebody bring me another double gin? Some critical information for this group. Restrooms are over here on this wall. Okay.
Close to the mic.
On behalf, is this better? Yeah, on behalf of Take Stock in Children and Nancy, we want to thank you once more for coming tonight, for the treasures that you've shared with us, for your presence, and for a lot of the hard work that many of you have done as part of the program. And Nancy, it's wonderful to reach that 60th birthday milestone. I don't remember mine, but to have a chance to celebrate another 60th birthday is a great opportunity.
Thank you.
Our CEO is Jeff Hagan, and he's here tonight. And he's been trying to impress upon us the need to emphasize and improve the Okamuk brand. Now, the Okamuk brand not only celebrates 60th birthdays, but it also does a lot of outreach into our community. We serve on boards, we volunteer at various organizations, and we contribute lots and lots of money to very many different organizations. You know, we're not just a bunch of well-to-do people focusing on only ourselves. Well, maybe a couple, but for the large part, we really care about our community, and outreach is very, very important to us. Take Stock in Children is one of those activities that has certainly spoken to me, and I'm sure others here in this room. You know, to become successful in life, so that you could afford to live in Okamuk, you had to be either have a very privileged birth or had the opportunity to achieve an education and realize the benefits that that would provide for you. So we're all very fortunate here. I'm reminded of a story by Lou Holtz. Now, Lou Holtz was a Hall of Fame coach, a sports analyst, and also a successful inspirational speaker. Lou said, "You know, I was born with a silver spoon in my mouth. We grew up dirt poor in West Virginia. There was 4 of us who slept in the same room. We shared a half bath and a kitchen." It said, "My dad only had a 3rd grade education, but you know, we always had plenty to eat." He said, "I knew that because every time I said, 'Dad, I'm still hungry,' he'd say, 'Lou, you've had plenty to eat.'" So there are a lot of silver spoon people here that we've been very fortunate to have the privileges that we've been given. You know, we can't control the privileges of birth or maybe even the opportunities that are afforded to everyone. But with an organization like Take Stock in Children, we can certainly provide that opportunity to kids who are good citizens, study hard, and graduate from high school. We offer for kids who are at risk, and what does that mean? That means that they live at the poverty level or below, and they often lack a supporting family and people to encourage them, like Lou had. They also are provided with one-on-one mentoring from many of the people that are here. And if they study hard through your generosity, and when they graduate from high school, we're able to give them a 2-year prepaid scholarship. And I understand that a large percentage of those people who get that 2-year scholarship go ahead and get a 4-year degree and finish up their college education. Now, speaking of mentoring, I would like those of you who have been a previous mentor with Take Stock Children or are currently a Take Stock Children mentor, please stand so we can recognize you. We really appreciate all that you've donated to these kids. You're making a difference in their lives. A mentor meets once a week during the lunch hour with their school kid, at least 3 times a month. And what do you have to do? Well, first off, we become their friends. We care about them. We encourage them. We try to provide them some of the life's lessons that we've learned. So I look on this room right here, and this is a national treasure of mentors, a national treasure of mentors. I see doctors, I see teachers, I see professional people, I see executives, I see people that could really make a difference in a kid's life. I see mothers, fathers, grandmothers, grandfathers, great-grandmothers, great-grandfathers. I mean, we've got a wealth of life experience that we can use to help these kids along. And you say, well, I'm just not, I don't think I could be a good mentor. Now think about this. Ray Goldwire and I are mentors. Okay, I'm going to admit it takes both of us to mentor one kid. But then we have Harvey Ziegler. Harvey mentors 2 kids at one time. So somewhere between Harvey and Ray and I, all the rest of you fall. So each of you could become good mentors, and we'd really like to encourage you to consider that. If you're interested, see me or any of the other mentors here, and we have lots of Take Stock in Children people who are here that you could talk to. So as I said, when one of the kids who is enrolled in the Take Stock program graduates from high school, he's been a good student, he's been a good citizen, he is given that 2-year prepaid scholarship. And that don't happen, folks, without people like you. That has made a tremendous difference in making this program viable. So I think let's give all of ourselves a hand because we can. He talked a little bit about donations, but I just want to clarify one thing. Every dollar you have donated, not 10% of them or 20%, every dollar you have donated goes towards a scholarship. It doesn't cover the bus transportation. It doesn't cover the food and drinks. It doesn't cover my speaker fee. Every dollar goes to Take Stock in Children. Nancy and her generosity cover all the other costs. And she explained to you how this can get magnified, maybe even quadrupled, so they can help kids that are at risk. So thank you, Nancy. Well, now I would like to introduce Rachel Debegar to tell you why Take Stock in Children is so critical for helping the at-risk children of Alachua County. Rachel is the Executive Director for the Alachua County Take Stock in Children. Rachel?
As the theme of her birthday party, because it represents something that we have right here in Alachua County. We truly do have a tale of 2 shoes. We live in a wonderful community. I love living in Gainesville. I've been here almost 11 years. It's a great place to raise a family, to grow up, to go to college. We have a lot of very wealthy people here, but we also have a lot of families that are struggling to make ends meet. And those are the families that our program is here to help. In Alachua County, 50% of our students, we have 28,000 public school students, and 50% of those students are living below the poverty line. So there is a huge need and a huge tale of 2 shoes that really, walking around you might not notice. It's not very apparent. It's pockets around the community. It's families that just don't have all the opportunities that others do. And so a member of our board of directors a few years ago created this tale of 2 shoes, symbolic of wearing these 2 matching shoes to try to bring a light to the fact that we do have this issue. And so one of the ways that we feel as the Education Foundation that we can bring awareness about this is because of our Take Stock in Children program and the way that we know that this program is affecting these families that are in that 50%. We have 350 students in our program right now in Alachua County. There are about 1,000 eligible students every year. So there is so much room for growth. And we hope to one day be able to continue growing our program. I'll tell you that number because of generosity like your community and others right here in Gainesville. We have tripled in the last 5 years. So we are growing and we are trying to attack this poverty issue in our community because we know that education, just like Nancy said, education is the key. Education is what really affords you an opportunity to make yourself better and to allow you to change the trajectory of not only your life but your family. In our program, Phil did an excellent job talking about the Take Stock program and what it does and the way that we work with students and we provide them with mentors. But we also work with them throughout the years. We do college tours, we do career mentoring, professionalism, really trying to make sure that our students, when they do get to college, are prepared for what they're going to see in college, but also in the workforce. And we are just so thrilled to have you here tonight to be able to celebrate this. I'll also tell you, I would be remiss if I didn't to tell you that our program has actually won the Gold Award 4 years in a row. So we are working so hard for our Alachua County students. We are so proud. So there are 45 different programs, the Take Stock programs in the county, in the state, I'm sorry. And we are very proud to be in the top 5 of those programs. So we're so thrilled and thankful to be here with you all. I think one of the best ways that you can really understand what this program is to hear from a student and to really understand, what it was like for them, what it meant to them to be in the program. And so at this time, I would like to call up to the stage one of our former graduates. He graduated from our Alachua County Take Stock program in 2010. And he went on to Santa Fe College in building construction, and now he works at Charles Perry Partners Incorporated. And what about a full circle? Can you just imagine? So, Neil, I would love for you to come up and for us to welcome him.
Thank you for the lovely introduction, Rachel. Hi, I'm Neil Thompson. Closer. All right. I want to start off by saying thank you to all the sponsors and mentors, and can we give Miss Perry another round of applause, not only for her birthday, but the money raised and the I wouldn't be on this stage tonight or where I am in my life had it not been for all of you on Take Stock. I want to share my story because I'm a testament to the power of what you all in this room can bring to the community. In 1991, I was born at Alachua General Hospital. I was raised in Archer, Florida, and I attended both middle and high school at Newberry, Florida. I have 2 brothers, Jake and Zach. Zach is my half-brother on my dad's side. We all love to hunt, fish, play baseball, softball, pretty normal. My parents got divorced when I was 7, and after that, my dad was in and out of our lives. He left my mom with a 7-year-old and my newborn brother, Jake. To make ends meet, as his drug addictions kept him away from my brother and I. Growing up in the country without a lot of money, it teaches you how to fix everything from your house to your vehicle. Not only did I learn to work with my hands, the value of $1 and a hard day's labor, but if someone has something of high value, like a trade to learn or an education, and all you have to do is work hard for it, then you do it. And when I was in the 6th grade, I heard of Take Stock's excellent opportunity for a higher education and to better myself, and it was a no-brainer. Through hard work, dedication, and the strength of my family and Take Stock, I have an A in exercise and sports science from Santa Fe College and an AS in building construction management technology from the Charles Perry Construction Institute in 2015. I made the Dean's List a total of 6 times in all 4 semesters in the Construction Institute. I can say that without a doubt, that without Take Stock, the sponsors and the mentors, I wouldn't have my degrees debt-free, my passion for learning, or my dedication. It is because of my degree, my craftsmanship, knowledge of the trades, passion for learning, dedication, and desire to build the community that has built me that I was able to get a job with Charles Perry Partners, the very company that my institute is named after. I'm a superintendent for the Gainesville region, the youngest superintendent on staff, and in town amongst other companies. I started as an intern. I was hired full-time before my graduation, and in less than 2.5 years worked hard for my position. No, I didn't use my scholarship to be a doctor, but the buildings I build not only build the community, but they build the people of the community up too. My sister-in-law, Tasha Cooney, is a recipient of the scholarship too, and has used her opportunity to gain a Bachelor of Science in Filmmaking and Television. She is now an international speaker, a life coach, and a documentary filmmaker changing lives and communities all over the world. The passion to build a community and its people up and giving back in so many ways by Mr. and Mrs. Perry, all of you OCAMIC sponsors and mentors, the mentees and their families, is truly remarkable and amazing to be a part of. I speak for the community and all mentees that every sponsor and mentor is amazing, and that every penny, every second donated truly makes a difference, and we're blessed to have you all. I want to also add that behind every great man is an even greater woman. I'm fortunate enough to have two. Of course, my mom is one of them, but just as Mr. Perry had Mrs. Perry, I have my beautiful wife, Crystal. We met in high school and are high school sweethearts. She has been my rock through it all and blessed me with two very beautiful children. The strength you build into our family is amazing, and I couldn't do it without you. I love you. I also want to say that it's not too late to donate. So, thank you, Mrs. Perry. Thank you.
Wow. I can't tell you how proud we are of you and happy we are that you become you got your education, you become a successful family man, a professional, and you're a credit to our community. Thank you again. Well, they only alluded to past efforts of Nancy's. Man, she's been her 60th birthday celebrations. And this is now 2018, and her second Take Stock in Children's 60th. This gets confusing.
No,
but anyway.
it's my third.
Oh, you're her third. All right, that's good. So there's been a lot of donations and fundraising that has been happening in conjunction with this. And so at this time, I would like to call Doug Murray to the front. Doug is the president of our OCAMIC Residence Council, and I think he has a check that represents the treasure that you guys have shared with Take Stock in Children, and including Nancy's matching gifts. So,
And he's
Doug,
a mentor.
And he's a mentor. So Rachel, I want you and Nancy come up, and Doug will present you this check.
Let me say something first.
Okay.
All right. So, my wife and I arrived at OCAMIC about a month and a half before the last 60th birthday party. And she's my neighbor, our neighbor.
A lucky man he is.
So I thought, gee, if our neighbor is doing this, we really have to go and make our contribution, which we did. But because of that party, that's what made me become a mentor. I wouldn't have become one otherwise. So I want to reinforce Phil's message. If we're not too old none of you are too old to be a good mentor. It doesn't take a huge amount of energy. It just takes a half hour a week, 3 or 4 weeks a month during the school year. And the satisfaction that you'll get from mentoring exceeds by huge margin the satisfaction you've gotten from making this contribution today. So I would really like to encourage more of you to become mentors. OCAMIC should become the source of a huge contingent of mentors because we have the people that can do it. So now I'll give her the check.
All right, come on over here. Say it loud.
But there's something special about this check.
Oh,
The amounts we've been hearing about from the last party and last year when there was no party, they're a small fraction of the check you're about to see. So,
Read it out loud so they can
read
hear
it
it.
out loud.
so this check to the Education Foundation, did we just get another check?
We have gotten several.
Oh, okay. This check is $114,996. So you can do the math. Nancy's part of this.
Thank you, Doug. Thank you. Okay, can you all hear me? Yes. All right, so this equates to 28 scholarships. 28 scholarships.
But wait, Nancy, I see Robert over here, and I think he wanted to say something also.
Robert, okay. Tell who you are.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Well, good evening. We're so glad to have such a great turnout tonight. This is just an unbelievable night. I'm Robert McDaniel. I'm the president of the board of the Education Foundation, and OCAMIC has meant so much to us. I've called, if you've been to a couple events, I've called OCAMIC Army because you guys do a great job mentoring, and you do a great job raising funds for us, and you make what we do successful. We have kind of 3 pillars we talk about. Is what we do. We're accountable, we work well as a team, but we make a difference. And you guys are doing all 3 of those, and you're making a big difference. But we were inspired by what Nancy and all you guys have done tonight, and our board has over the time always gives to our organization. But we wanted to take it up a notch, and with our money and Nancy's match, we're adding another scholarship to this total. So that's 29 scholarships. But words just can't express 29 scholarships. What an impact you're having on people's lives. That's a change that will impact them, their families forever. It affects their brothers and sisters and parents. It changes the cycle of poverty and ends that. So we're very appreciative. We can't thank you enough. Nancy, words can't express our appreciation and how proud we are.
No, these guys.
So I want to give everybody a big round of applause.
Now you all understand you already have 24 scholarships that you have contributed to over the past 3 years. So now we have added 28 more scholarships. And I know from Diane that we are over $115,000 in just the last couple days. Her door hook has been busy. Joyce Reif has been boring a path from that building too, over to Diane's mail clip. So I can't tell you, walking in the door tonight, I got an extra check. So it's amazing. You have 24 scholarships, and now you have added 28 to it. So I thank you so much, Philip, Rachel. I also needed to just thank a couple more people, because when you mentioned Harvey, one of the programs that we do so beautifully at OCAMIC is our Recycled Riches, Harvey, I remember, I owe you $2 from last weekend's. Oh, it's up to 10. All right, Harvey, we'll settle up. I'd like to also, come with me. I'd like to also acknowledge a nice young man in our audience, Jason Gauze. Will you just stand up right there so I can let the people meet you? And his wonderful son Thomas, and the beautiful mother Kelly. Many of you met. This is a wonderful family. You know I have all these children. I have to take a minute. Kaya Varner, my goddaughter, stand up. You've met these young children at my Halloween parties, having dinner at Okaming, and Thomas is a junior docent here at the museum, and he'll be giving you a guided tour shortly. But I wanted you to meet him because those of you who were in the butterfly presentation a few days ago heard Thomas speak about what this museum means to him. I hope tonight you've heard me speak about what all of you mean to me. God didn't bless me with a family. I have a sister who lives far away. I am so fortunate to live with each of you, to call you my friends, to know that you'd be there to support me and help me celebrate my 60th birthday. But you're a wonderful, amazing group of people, and I hope you are extremely proud of your effort, the team it took, the generosity it took, the coordination from a bunch of fabulous, fabulous people, the support and tenderness you expressed to me and to each other to achieve this phenomenal goal. So I thank you from the bottom of my heart. You are just a wonderful, wonderful, generous team. And the students of Alachua County are most grateful. There is no one out there, not even close, that has the amount of scholarships that we have at Okaming. You are to be very proud. Could you please stand up and give yourselves a thank you? Agenda, have a seat, and then we're going to eat. So, Miss Ray, we wanted a takeaway. So we wanted you all to have this card, and please keep it close at hand, because your neighbors are going to ask, how'd you do? How'd we do? And the staff is going to ask. Isabella is one of our graduates. Is she here? I saw her earlier. Come on. She's one of our graduates. We have a graduate that is on the catering staff. Paloma, she's here. We have so many students that you don't even know about that are working at Okaming or are part of your day-to-day lives that have benefited from this scholarship. So, thank you, Isabella. This is great to have you here with us tonight. Thank you. And I have one last thing to do, and that is to thank the people that gave a, I think I can get this up. There we go. I want to thank the people who gave a scholarship. And we have several to acknowledge tonight, and please keep in mind that we have several that wish to remain anonymous. So we had Miss Joyce Wright decorate fabulous shoes, because now you are in the initial group of the high-heeled stiletto club. And so I want to thank you all for participating. I have a trophy for you. I'd like to call out your names, but I do want to just take a moment and give thanks to Mark, my sweetheart. Thank you, Mark. I want you to know, I went out and bought 2 pairs of stilettos from TJ Maxx. I thought, oh gosh, let's aim for 4 scholarships. If we could get 4 scholarships this year to add to our 24, how wonderful. Well, then pretty soon, Diane's calling, Joyce is calling, and we're hearing repeatedly, oh my God, we got another scholarship. Oh my God, we got another scholarship. Dear Mark then started going to TJ Maxx to buy high heels. So if the word is out there that I'm madly in love with a cross-dresser, would you please correct them and let them know that he's an A-OK guy from Michigan with a big heart that will go out and buy stiletto shoes for... Thank you, Mark. Oh, so we want to take a moment, please, a round of applause for my dear friend Betty and Bob Porter for being here. So this is Betty's stiletto. Now I want you to know, Bob, this is your certificate. I want you to know I tried to pick out the personalities of the shoes, to match the personalities of the ladies. So pay attention. Betty, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. All right, next up. Oh, now listen, this was a wonderful idea. Out of the blue, I get a phone call from a lovely man. His name is Gene Brigham. And he said to me, you know, I recently moved here not too long ago, and I was in the grill having lunch, and I met a lovely lady. And we've heard about your scholarship program, and the two of us want to participate. And it was like it never dawned on me. People coming together as friends, as neighbors next door, as somebody that you're in a yoga class with. And they have come together with their resources, and they are going to have to share this stiletto. I will What a great idea. I don't know who fits that size shoe. All right, now this is a fancy one. It's a big shoe, isn't it? For a big man, and a wonderful addition to our campus with his lovely wife, Martha. So what's the last name? Raiders. Raiders. Where are you, David? Come on over here, Martha. Come on. Now, that's a big shoe to fill, but we got a big man to put in it. I can't. Thank you so much. Oh my God, and it matches your outfit. This is wonderful. Thank you, Martha. Thank you. Please understand that this is the initiation of this club. Many of these people have given numerous times. So because it's an initiation, I'm not giving you all the details, but please know that they have participated over a number of years. Many have, and we're grateful. So, okay, now I could give you a quiz on this. Look at the beautiful pink feathers. Who's the really artistic, clever one in our group that is very, yep, somebody just said, Midge. Fits her perfectly. Look, the bow even matches her blouse already. She'll be wearing it home, I'm sure. All right, let's find the next one here. Oh, okay. Now, this one, I'm sorry, but the glue has come a little loose, so you might want to just be able to wear it home. So thank you so much, Lauren.
I don't think this is going to help.
A 15 AAA, no. And can I tell you all my shoes that were out on display for weeks now? I knew I wouldn't have any women stealing them because they were size 12 and a half. So I was home free. All right. And did she start? She was a board member for a long time in the school. All right, this is a special friend to take stock. She served on the school board of Alachua County, and she was a board member of Take Stock for a number of years. She is a real jewel. I can't tell you how much we are grateful for all the contributions that Peg Mattress has made. Over the years and has just shown fantastic leadership. Do you know that the state of Florida is the only state in the union that has this type of program where we can match, where the state matches our gifts? Okay. Well, this is a dear friend of mine, and I'm very grateful to give her one of my very own shoes decorated. Joe Jones, I won't be wearing this one. Joe, thank you. Oh, lovely friends, and here we are with another one. This is so special. Now, this lady hasn't even moved in yet, but she heard about us and was so impressed that she wanted to come along and join the party. And I mentioned to her what the party was all about, and that there was an opportunity to have a scholarship. She said, "Oh, tell me all about it. I would like a scholarship." And my name, these individuals will all have a student assigned to them, and they will receive information on their particular student. So, Pat Toscas, thank you. She'll be moving in next year. Thank you. Oh my God, and it matches your dress. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, thank you, Pat. Very, very much. She'll be one of the street people. Yeah. Oh, okay. Now, Mark and I were very fortunate to just recently go to this family's home. So I looked around, I saw what colors everything was, and I thought, I know which shoe would look just magnificent in their own. The Coonies. So much. And as I mentioned, Marion and Jean, and how we had Pat doing something new for us and hasn't even moved in, I wanted to mention to you the Coonies. So you have to realize it's been 2 years since I had my birthday. Unfortunately, we've lost some members in that time. We had to recoup them. And also we had 37 families move in that knew nothing about what we were doing collectively as a group. So we had to bring them along lovingly and tenderly and hoping that they would participate at the level. So we had 37 families, which equated to 71 people, which meant we had over 50% participation from them this year, led by the Coonies and others. So thank you, all our new members. Thank you for participating. Now, I see this lovely couple walk by my home every day with their little dog, Kathy. Is that it? Katie. Katie. And Emily has on the prettiest colors, and she's so feminine. And I don't believe this, but I believe she's got some pink in the top. No, not one. But this, but the tweed of the shoe matches lovely with your top. Emily and John, would you please stand up? They live on the street, and I'm so grateful that So, there's room for growth. Mark is willing to go to TJ Maxx anytime he wants to go. And I think he's also discovered that Ross's has a very good selection of high-heeled stiletto shoes. So I thank you so much. Where are we, Mr. Phil? You can see we didn't really rehearse this a lot.
Well, I think we're getting ready to lose. I see people looking at the restrooms, and I see a lot of hunger and thirst out there. So I think we ought to go back to the gallery or something. And, oh, we have one more.
They aren't here tonight. I'm sorry, they aren't here tonight, but I'd like you to give a round of applause for the Wagners, please.
Okay. Just a little bit of the logistics. We're going to have buses that are going to start to leave at about 7:30, 7:45. We'll be announcing that. So if you're not going to a museum tour, just get on. We'll have 2 buses. We'll have plenty of room. And then at about another 45 minutes, we'll have a second group of buses going. So enjoy. Have a great time. Thank you so much for all you've done for Take Stock in Children.
Enjoy your meal. We're going to start announcing for tours shortly. Thomas will be leading one, Sheila Jones, her husband Doug, and then we're fortunate to have a volunteer here who's a volunteer docent. And we have, what is your name, please?
Chasing Time.
Chase and Time are going to entertain for us now while you enjoy your dining. And I thank you. How do I ever thank you enough? I'm going to continue celebrating my 60th birthday to the moment I hopefully go to heaven. And I want to have every one of you right by my side. This has been such a fabulous experience for our community as a whole, for the individual students. Neil, come on. I love this young man. Construction just recently celebrated their 50th anniversary, and I was in attendance and I was speaking to all the employees, and I said, you know, I'm very involved in this program, as Chuck Perry was, about Take Stock in Children, and this handsome stud muffin starts waving from the back, and I just keep right on talking, and he's waving at me, and I finally stop, and he comes up and he says, I'm a graduate of Take Stock. So it is only by chance that we met, and it's by the blessings of our dear Lord that everybody is doing so well. They have a beautiful 2 children, Brandon and Isabella, and it's a pleasure to meet you, Crystal as well, Crystal with the K. So again, enjoy the evening. Thank you, Neil. And I really appreciate you all being here, and stay tuned for the next 60th birthday. God bless you.